Okay, so this video I'm going to try to give you a small walkthrough on debugging on Node.js for Webstorm, and we're going to be showing how to run everything out of Webstorm, both the client and the server. This is going to be a little bit more confusing because my server is actually the one that's giving out the client, so this is a bit unnecessary, but I'm just going to show you how it's done and then what happens. Again, you would use the terminal to open up and install all your npm and bower dependencies. As you can see, I've just done that. And then you would go up here where you see Node app, and this is basically where you're going to tell your application or Webstorm that you're running a Node application and not just a JavaScript, not just a basic JavaScript application. So I'm going to go ahead and just add a new one. And alright, so we had a little technical problem there. Once you select the Node application, you come to your JavaScript file, and you select the file that you're actually on, which in this case would be Hack Reactor server. Inside my server, I'm going to be serving the basic server.js. And this is where the other side of the live edit comes in. So this is going to be my second attempt. So just Node. And on the browser side, you're going to tell the JavaScript file what to run after you run the Node server. And if you click right here, I can go ahead and just select any file. I don't actually have this index.html file is not actually being run right now. So this is what you would select if you were running a specific client-side app. In my case, since I'm just going to be running what the server gives me, I'm just going to go here and select 127.0.0.1 and Servian port 3000, and just go ahead and select OK. So now when I press play, it's going to lead me to my application. And if I go back now to Webstorm, you can see that Webstorm is actually running and logging out everything that should be getting logged out on my Node app side. And the same thing happens now if I put a stop on any of these messages here. Why don't I do a log on the creation of app.use right there. And I reload the whole thing. You can go ahead, if I go to the basic get now, you can see that it stopped there because the server is now at the request, and now I'm debugging actually Node. Everything that I have in here is going to be all Node values, and everything that you see is basically going to be debugged on the Node side of the application. Now, the same would work if I was working on the client side. So instead of debugging on the server, I actually want to debug a JavaScript file. This is not going to work on this case because I am using a file that's being served by the server, and if I just try to launch that file on its own, it's not going to match the head request and it's going to crash. But if you were not doing so and you were actually handling cores properly, you would be able to run both at the same time, just that instead of having my configuration where I'm doing here, instead of having the 127, you would have the actual file that you're using. In this case, it would be index.html, and it would allow you to debug both back and forth between Node and your basic client-side application, and the debug would show up here with the Node app running one instance and the other node running another instance. These would both be running at the same time, and you'd be able to move back and forth between whichever one you're trying to focus on right now. Again, I can't really demonstrate that one on here because I'm serving everything from the server, and I can't modify it back to having a client that's independent from the server at this point. So I hope this was helpful. If there are any questions, you guys can always just message or email me. And alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you.